Right, so the first card you have your past is the Six of Cups. Um, I'm getting this feeling that, this is obviously a very beautiful, positive, innocent card. Um, I don't know if you had this in your last reading or it's the feeling I'm getting around this, because I think the last reading you had was very, very positive, very light, very kind, innocent, all of that. And that's what I'm getting in this card as well. So it might have been the card, it might have been just the feeling I had in your last reading. But yeah, beautiful, innocence, kindness. This is about children, and sometimes it is. And yeah, I'm seeing something very deep, very special here, very, very different, very rare. I think there was someone around you. I think they really, really understood you. And I think they understood you in quite a spiritual way, quite a kind of a heartfelt way. It came straight from the heart. There was nothing else in this. It was very instant. It was like very, I feel this, I'm acting on it. That's the kind of thing I'm seeing. And, I'm just looking at the children on this. And when I think about children, again, this reminds me of this love that I'm seeing, because children don't analyze things. If they like you, they do. If they don't like you, they don't. They just are who they are. They're just what they are. They're very close to their true selves because they just haven't had years of society telling them what they should do or think or feel or whatever. So children are their true selves. And this person is their true self. And how they love you is they love you for that, for your true self. So it's very, very simple, but simple is the deepest sometimes. It's the most special sometimes. There's no complications around this, no dramas, no problems, no this. Just simply, they just love you very simply. That's what I'm seeing. They're not weighing anything up. There's no complicated stuff in this. They just know they're connected to you and they feel that, and that's it. That's what I'm seeing. If this is resonating with you, I think you will probably know who this is. And if you feel the same way, which you probably do, because this is a very, very spiritual connection, a very, very, very special connection, I think if they haven't already, they're probably going to come forward in some way. And I'm actually seeing, you might already be in a relationship with this person, but this is what I'm seeing. There's going to be a very simple gesture coming from this person. It's going to be very, very, very nice, very simple, very innocent. It might be something like a small gift. It's not going to be anything expensive. It's not about, diamonds or expensive things. It's not about that. It's the sort of gesture that has meaning. So it's going to be something very meaningful, or it's just going to be something very sweet, very thoughtful. It means that they know you and they're thinking about you. That's the kind of thing I'm seeing there. So I really, really, really hope this does resonate with you. I really wish this was resonating with me. It's not, sadly. So yeah, the next card you have for your past is the Four of Cups. So yeah, this person has a very, very, I'm seeing this again in this card, a very, I don't want to say basic because that's the wrong impression of what I'm trying to say. You'll get the wrong idea. What I mean is very simple, very uninfiltrated, very unmessed with way of loving you. I really hope this is making sense. I'm trying to articulate what I'm seeing. Now, you're able to love in that same way. You are. But you do have some old baggage around you. You do have some problems that you still kind of carry around with you, I think. So I'm not getting that you're wary of them or that you don't trust them. It's not that at all. I just think that you've been hurt. You have all those feelings around. You still have some of them around you. And I think you'll do anything to avoid that hurt again, that hurt feeling that you've experienced in your past. And I think you've experienced it a lot, actually. So, and I think because of that, you're just naturally wary, I think. I am seeing you coming together eventually with this person, no matter what. Because this is a very, very spiritual connection, a very important connection. But I think what I'm seeing in this card is they might have to do a bit of work to get close to you, because you do have this hurt that might be a little bit of a barrier there. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have your past is the King of Cups. So I'm seeing a few things here, actually. One of them is creativity. You are a very creative person in a lot of ways. That comes up a lot as well in your readings. I see that quite a lot. And creativity is something that, if you think about the creative process, it just happens. So, you do have to practice things, of course. You have to practice the piano and you have to practice painting or anything else. But the beautiful thing about creativity is it can't be measured. It just is. So if you make a painting, for example, where does it come from? It comes from inside of you. It comes from the spiritual you, from the real you. And again, I'm looking at these children in the Six of Cups. So, when children draw or paint or sing or anything, they don't analyze what they're doing. They just scribble or they do whatever they're doing. They're just testing out, what the crayon does or what the brush does or whatever. They're not interested in impressing people with a masterpiece. It's only when they get a little bit older and, adults or society step in and they say, oh, what are you drawing? Oh, eyes don't look like that, or a car doesn't look like that, or whatever. And then they become a bit self-conscious. They don't want to just explore what the brush does or whatever. They're like, oh, I have to make this look like this, or I have to make that look like that, because people are watching me and they're expecting things of me. So they become very self-conscious. Anyway, I don't want to say any more about that. I've kind of gone off what I wanted to say. But this is how you were. This is how you used to be, I think. And you're going to gradually get back to being that person. And I think this person's going to help you to do that. I think you've had so much hurt in your life, and this has sort of trained you to be on guard. And you've had, your creativity's kind of been pushed down as well. A lot of people have said a lot of things. Oh, that's wrong, that's bad, blah, blah, all of that rubbish they say. So you're gradually going to come back to this beautiful, uninhibited state, the true you, the way that children are when they first start to draw or paint. And your true self is very, very creative. Your true self is very uninhibited. Your true self and your real self doesn't have any of that baggage. So this person's going to help you. They're going to help you to go back to who you truly are. And I'm not saying they're going to change you, but being around them, and as time goes on, this is all going to help you to get back to yourself again, if that makes sense. I really hope that makes sense to you. I know this is a very, very different reading. It's very emotional, it's very spiritual, very different to anything I've seen. Really, I mean, probably in the whole time of doing these readings. Very hard to articulate. It's all about spirituality and feelings and all of that kind of thing. So I really hope this is making sense to you. So the first card you have here present is the Four of Swords. So yeah, it's going to take your time. It's going to take some time for you, I should say, for you to get back there, to get back to yourself. I hope that doesn't sound cringy. But the other thing I'm seeing in this card is that there might be some drama going on around you. I think, I don't know if this is in the workplace. I am seeing you having to face daily drama. So it's like, maybe it's on YouTube. There's a lot of drama going on YouTube, but I don't think of that. I think it's real drama and it's really stressful. I think it might be in the workplace because you're seeing this day after day. That's what I'm seeing, day after day. It's something like that. And you're in the middle of this. You're in the middle of this, and you probably still are in the middle of this whole thing. You don't want to be in the middle of this. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just getting this feeling that people are talking about this around you. They're talking to you about this. It's kind of around you every day. And the energy of this might have even spilled over onto your home life. I'm actually seeing someone calling you about this outside of work hours maybe, and this was on your mind all the time. Now, I think at this time now, you're going to be coming to a decision where you're just kind of minimizing this as much as you can. You're trying to block out as much of this as you can out of your mind. You might even start to meditate to get this out of your system and, to let more positive things come in. I really hope you are doing that. But yeah, you're just trying to take a mental break from this. You might even walk out when people start talking about this. Not in a dramatic way. You're not going to flounce and slam the door or whatever. You're just going to kind of quietly take yourself out of the thing. So you really need a break from this, and you're going to determinedly, I don't know if that's a word, you're going to be determined, I should say, to get yourself out of this drama. You don't need it. You really don't. And also, you're going to this better self. You're going to this better place. There's no room for this kind of thing where you're going. That's what I'm seeing, and you know that. So I think this is a preparation for that. So the next card you have here present is the Three of Cups. This is a very different reading. I don't normally see this in this card, but I'm seeing this. There might be a pregnancy announcement happening sometime very soon. Someone knows they're pregnant. They know they're expecting. They haven't announced this yet. They might not have told anyone. It might be that this is very, they're really keeping this to themselves. I think this is very early days with them. But I am seeing this as a very healthy child, or they're going to grow into a very healthy child. There's also a lot of love around this child with a celebration I'm seeing here. And they're going to grow. They're going to be very healthy. Again, there's a harvest here in this card. So this is about growth coming into completion and a celebration. So when this child is born, there's a lot of happiness around this. So, and there are children around this reading everywhere. There's positivity all over this reading. So that's showing me that again. So you probably haven't heard about this. I don't think you would have heard about this yet. Maybe you have, but I'm not seeing that likely. So you will hear about this announcement soon, probably within the next few weeks or this month or next month. It's very soon you'll hear about this. That's what I'm seeing. And there's going to be a lot of happiness, a lot of celebration around that announcement when it happens. You might be thinking about who this might be in your mind right now. It might be them if that's what you're thinking. So the last card you have here present is Death. Yeah, I like this card. A lot of people are afraid when they see this. It can mean death sometimes, actual death, but very, very rarely. And it doesn't mean it on this reading. There's so much positivity all over this reading. What this means for you is very, very big changes, huge growth, changing from the old into the new, and it's a change that has to happen to you. So yeah, you're going through this transformation, and I think this is partly why, whether you realize it or not, you're staying away from this drama or any other kind of low-level negativity. You're getting higher than that. You're going up higher than that. That's what happens with death. When someone dies, they go up into another place, a higher place. And this is what's happening to you. You're making way for something deeper. You're making way for things that are much bigger, much better. You're gradually going to get rid of all of this baggage that you've been carrying around. And part of this shift that's going to come to you is going to come from you, if that makes sense. It's going to come from your heart. It's going to come from your choices. Now, this person I'm seeing, this love connection, okay, I'm seeing a very beautiful image here. They're going to hold out their hand and they're going to lift you up into this, and they're going to help you. So this is a gift they're going to give you. It's better than any other gift they'll ever give you, ever, or it's going to be better than any other gift than anyone's going to give you. It's so beautiful. I can really feel this. I'm getting emotional actually thinking about this. Because again, look at the Six of Cups. Look at this gift. And yeah, I'm seeing a hand reaching out to you. So take the hand, take the gift. Yeah, you're going to be changing from the old. You're going to be changing into the new. And the new you is the original you. The original you, the creative you, the open you, the childlike you, the person who hasn't had a lot of rubbish happen to them, the person who hasn't had society push them down, the person who hasn't had all of this baggage and things happen. You're going to go back to this new, fresh person. That's what I'm seeing. It's so beautiful. I really hope this isn't crazy and it doesn't make you think that this person's completely crazy. I really hope it makes sense. So let this process happen. Lie back like the man in the Four of Swords. Let this happen. This is going to take some time. Like any process, it takes time. But it's inevitable. This is what I'm seeing here. This is the Death card. It's going to happen. Love, positivity, creativity, going back to a more open state, a more childlike state. That's what I'm seeing. It's so beautiful. I love this reading so much. I love it. The first card you have for your future is the Ten of Cups. Obviously, this is another beautiful, positive, I don't know what to say. So, most of these readings have been very positive. Mostly they have been, not all of them, but, very, very positive. There's a lot of positivity around. I hope it stays like that. Again, this is what this person has to show you. Positivity, change. It's going to come from inside of you. They're also going to help you to reach that level, reach that change. They're going to share what they have with you, and they're going to share their gifts with you. That's what I'm seeing in this card. They care about you so much. And this goes beyond what's on this earth. This is spiritual again. It goes beyond earthly things. It goes beyond material things. Look at this couple. They're celebrating how happy they are. They're celebrating how grateful they are. Celebrating what they have. They're happy with what they have. But this is a modest home. There are castles all over these cards, but there's not one in this card. There are no castles, there's no moats, there's no great big grand people, no princes and queens or anything. This is just a very modest home. So this person's love for you and what you experience together, what you experience with them, it's better than anything material. It's better than anything earthly, if that makes sense. This is deep, this is spiritual. Again, there are children in this card as well, so they're all over this card. So a new child, birth of a new child, and you going back to that very, very innocent, beautiful, open state, being open to things again. So the next card you have for your future is the Two of Pentacles. I think I'm making a lot of big statements here in this reading because this is a very different reading. It's so different, really is. So I'll say what I see. I think you might actually eventually even leave this job that you're in right now, because when you make these changes, a lot of the things in your life just won't fit anymore. They won't fit with you. They won't suit you anymore. So you're going to have to make these changes. And look at how awkward this man is. He's working hard. He's juggling his coins, basically. But look at his hat. This is a great, big, tall hat. It's a bright red hat. This is showing me that this man's passion and his aspirations are above what he's doing now. That's what I'm seeing. Your passion is above what you're doing now. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm not saying you're going to get up and walk out of your job or anything like that. Again, this is a process. You're going to go through this. It's going to take time. I've been seeing creativity all over this reading, so you might go into something more creative, or it might be something that's yours. It might be your own business or something that is personally yours, something you put your own stamp on. But, again, you're going to have this childlike courage, and that's when you're going to be able to do this thing, when you're going to be able to be brave enough to do this. That's what I'm seeing. The Fool card's not in this, but this really makes me think of the Fool card. And, this is a lot. There's a lot to think about here in this whole reading. It's very, very different, very beautiful, but very, very different. Hard for me to articulate what I'm seeing. But yeah, this is a lot to think about. There are a lot of changes here. it might not even resonate with you. I really hope it does. But don't feel overwhelmed with all these changes that are coming to you. Don't be overwhelmed like this man. Again, just let this process happen. It's a beautiful process. It has to happen. The death card's here. So just sit back and let it happen. So the last card you have for your future is the Five of Swords. Yes. Horrible card. Horrible card. So with this drama that I was seeing in the workplace, this workplace drama, I hate talking about this when I've been talking about these other things, because you're rising above all of this, and I was feeling so good about this, but sometimes these cards, bring me down to earth again. So here we are. What's going on is actually a bit more than just drama or pettiness I'm seeing in the workplace. I'm actually seeing some kind of big upheaval, some sort of big change around this. I think something's going to be revealed around this, and it's quite serious actually, because I think this is going to involve someone either leaving or being asked to leave. Now, again, you are gradually rising above all of this workplace drama, even your work, even what you're doing in your workplace. But I think you are going to have to go back to this for a while, because I'm seeing someone who's probably going to need a little bit of comfort and a bit of help around this. Someone's going to be suffering or struggling around this situation, and I think they're going to want to rely on you a bit. Now, that's fine, that's good. I think you're happy to do that. You want to help people, you're fine to do that. And I think gradually you're both, you and them, will kind of move on from all of this properly after a while. But yeah, you're definitely going to move on from this if what I'm seeing here is all correct. But, when there are big shifts happening, things kind of slide around sometimes. They go backwards and forwards a little bit before they kind of fit into place. And, processes aren't linear. They go up and down and sideways a bit. So this is all shifting around for everything to fall into the right place for you. That's what I'm seeing. Now, what I want to say about this reading is it's very different, very unusual, very spiritual, very emotional, not a lot of concrete things around here for me to latch onto, so it was quite difficult to read. I really hope I was able to articulate exactly what I was seeing here, because it was very deep, and it means big changes for you, so I really hope you understood what was going on here.